Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Discriminating Gamer. Say, did you know that 99% of human beings are unintelligent? I'm glad I'm in the other 3%. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to go ahead and take a look at the G.I. Joe deck building game Coldsnap expansion from Renegade. We'll get back to the review in just a moment. I want to take a minute to ask you to check out my other channel, that is Cody Carlson, PhD, where we talk about history, books on history, military history. I even post some of my lectures for my classes on there. Please check that out. Please subscribe to that channel. And now, back to the review. Coldsnap, an expansion to your G.I. Joe deck building game, brings new cards, new characters, and a lot of other goodies along the way. Let's go ahead and take a look. Now, first of all, you have two new story missions. First of all, you have Coldsnap, in which the Joes are out to essentially take down Cobra as it attempts to control the weather with the Weather Dominator. Next, you have Dreadnought Country, in which you're going ahead and trying to take down the Dreadnoughts as they attempt to sow anarchy around the world. You get two new Joe leaders, Snow Job and Gung Ho, both their kind of regular cards and their recruitable, promotable cards, rather. And then you also have a new Cobra officer, Crystal Ball. The game also comes with Snow Serpent cards, you have new Complication cards, and you have, of course, the dreaded Dreadnought cards. Now, one of the cool things you have in this set are Towable Cards. Essentially, you got a small deck of Towable Cards, you put two of them face up. Then, during a mission, if you have space for a Joe, one Joe on that mission, in addition to any other Joes you've got, instead of taking another Joe, you can take a Towable Asset. Now, these Towable Asset cards give you very special abilities that you can use during these missions. Now, in between each story mission for Coldsnap, you're going to place a Snowblind card. This essentially just means you can't see what's coming. So what that means is you can try to defeat it, but if you haven't defeated it by the time the next story comes along, there are penalties. Now, you also have Snow Serpent cards. Now, these Snow Serpents, when they're activated by some complications or story missions or whatever, you go ahead and you take that Snow Serpent and you put it on the story mission. That story mission is now worth, the difficulty of it is +2 until you take down that Snow Serpent. Now, for the Dreadnought story mission, you always have to put into play a Dreadnought, the Expert Mode Dreadnought card. What that means is, every time a new story mission is revealed, you have to put a new Dreadnought card out there. And these Dreadnought cards they'll cover up cards in the main deck, or they'll do some other funky things to you. Now, they can be defeated as regular side missions, but if you defeat them, you generally will get some kind of a success. Now, Dreadnoughts do make an appearance through complications, but not a lot. You're really going to have to play with the Expert Mode card in order to really get the most out of the Dreadnoughts. Well, that is basically what this new expansion brings to your game of G.I. Joe deck building game. Now, as I've said before, I love the G.I. Joe deck building game. It is quickly becoming one of my favorite deck building games of all time. I played it solo, I played it with friends. It's just a lot of fun. I love G.I. Joe as a kid, and I'm still playing with G.I. Joes in my 40s. But I freaking love it. I freaking love this game. It works so well. It's got a lot of chance because you do have the dice, but it's still a tremendously fun game. Now, what this expansion brings that I really like those Towable cards. They are a lot of fun. Again, it's just more ways to try to maximize what you're doing. You got to make sure one of your Joes stays behind. So you may lose a die, but you may get some other benefits. So there is a choice to make there, which is kind of tough and kind of fun. Sometimes you get some cards out there for the Towable assets that are, you don't really can use them, but more often than not, there's some chance that they can be useful. And then, of course, once you go through them all, you just reshuffle and you can use them again. But there's also some just really fun, new, and interesting cards that come out in the main deck. It's always cool to see what they go. There's like one that's like a laser. If you can get it, you can essentially just zap a side mission, and that is really cool. I really like that quite a bit. But there's other cool stuff that comes up as well. Some of the Joes that are new are cool. I like the Gung Ho and Snow Job. They're both fun characters to play with. The Dreadnoughts are fun too. I like how they offer rewards, not just penalties, but rewards for when you go after them. I really think that's a real cool thing there as well. I like that expert mode where they're just kind of always coming in and you're always worrying about them. They're tough. They're tough when they just start piling on, and when they start covering up the cards, and then the battalions come out. It's just tough, but it's so much fun. I really, really, really enjoy playing with the Dreadnoughts. Now, with the Weather Dominator mission, generally I enjoyed it, but some of those Snowblind cards were just, I don't think it's well explained and well written, and I had to look online for some more resources, exactly like how do they just go away on their own, or, what happens. It was a little ambiguous in the way it was written, but that's a minor point. It's not too bad. Generally, I really enjoyed that story mission as well. Like I say, G.I. Joe deck building game is just phenomenal. And Renegade also has the bonus boxes. The bonus box for this one it's got Beachhead as both a regular and a promotable card. But what's cool here is, again, you've got the cardboard things they always make. And here you've got a little, I can't remember what they call it, but it's a stand essentially for your Towable cards. You can put your Towable cards into it. It's probably the most functional of the cardboard things we've seen in these little bonus boxes, but I really liked it. I thought that was kind of fun to have those standing up there. All told, again, I just love the G.I. Joe deck building game. I am so excited to see where it goes. Having said all that, I just decided to sleeve my cards, and I rarely sleeve, but I decided to sleeve this one. And with all of the stuff, everything just barely fits in the box. So, I don't know, I'm going to have to start using the expansion boxes, or I'm going to have to start finding out some other storage solution because it's just full. Which is, again, a good problem to have, right? I really hope we see more expansions for this game because I freaking love this game. I can't say it enough. One of my new favorite games ever, and I'm excited to see if I ever get around to doing another top 100 games of all time, where exactly this one falls. I could see it entering the top 10. I don't know, I'm not prepared to say yet, but I could see this becoming a top 10 game of all time for me. I really like the G.I. Joe deck building game, and it's not just nostalgia. It's just good mechanics. It's just a fun game. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, before I ramble too much, recommendation for Coldsnap, the expansion to G.I. Joe deck building game, is buy it. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us today on The Discriminating Gamer. As always, I ask you to please leave a comment for us on YouTube, on Board Game Geek, on our Facebook page, or on thediscriminatinggamer.com. I ask you to please like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, and follow us on Twitter. I'd ask you to please, ladies and gentlemen, please subscribe to this channel. I really want to see it grow. I love it so much. And, I've got so many other things competing for my time right now that I really need some incentive to... I'm not saying I'm going to stop doing this or anything, but just to motivate me to keep going, is I guess what I'm saying. So please subscribe if you get a chance. Please check out my other my other channel, Cody Carlson PhD, where we talk about military history, books on history. I put some of my lectures on there. Please check that out. Please subscribe to that channel as well. Please let us know. Leave comments. What do you think? Do you like the G.I. Joe deck building game? Do you not like it? Have you played the expansions? What do you think? I'm always eager to hear from other people on these games. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll probably put up this video on Board Game Geek, so please give a thumb to there as well. I'm sorry, I'm a little... Don't feel the best today. I didn't go running today.
You say that every day!
I know. It's a running joke.
You'll never give up. He'll stay till the fight's won. G.I. Joe will dare. G.I. real American hero. G.I. Joe will dare.